The air grows cold in late October, at the midpoint between the solstice and equinox, as though time itself is exhaling a terrible chill. The season brings the tradition of the carnival, which has always been one of inversion. Hierarchies collapse, kings dress as fools, and peasants mock their rulers. And the sacred is parodied with the profane, as the planetary gods rise and the dead return. In this fleeting moment in autumn, All Hallows' Eve becomes a mirror held up to the rigid structures of life. It is ritualized chaos, a descent into disorder that paradoxically reaffirms order by showing what lies beneath it. Unruly laughter and grotesque imagery, and the breaking of taboos. The inversion of normality is like stepping into an upside-down dimension, a liminal space that exists outside of the bounds of time. In late October, the streets themselves become stages for masks, parades, and rituals that defy the logic of daylight society. The grotesque image replaces the idealized one, and the absurd reigns supreme. As this carnival spirit mocks society with maniacal laughter. Halloween is not merely a carnival of masks and lanterns, but a ritual drama echoing an ancient deity's eternal dominion. Saturn, the ancient devourer, the lord of scythes, the black planet enthroned in silence, casts his shadow upon this night. Whispers of endings, of harvests stripped bare, exposing the yawning grave, that insatiable void that reaches for all things. In Roman lore, Saturn consumed his children, devouring potential to maintain his iron reign. On Halloween, this archetype is alive, the devourer at the threshold demanding offerings. Skeletons, rotting fields, hollow gourds, these are not simple decorations, but sigils of the Saturnian mystery. They remind us that decay is not an accident, but the law of time, inexorable and merciless. The scythe of Saturn, twin to the Grim Reaper's sickle, slices through October fields and the human soul alike. He is the harvest, the executioner, the silent judge, a truly satanic figure. This adversarial skeletal form that stalks this season is none other than Kronos himself, enthroned in shadow, wearing the mask of death. Halloween is the night when the veil between worlds trembles, and Saturn is the architect of this veil, the keeper of the gates between the worlds. He binds souls within time, and yet on this night, he loosens the knots. The dead return, and the air grows thick with their groaning whispers, and the living glimpse a reality usually barred by Saturn's cold hand. The ancient Celts and the druids called it Samhain, when the sun's strength failed and the fields grew barren. To watch my video on the more druidic origins of Halloween, click here. But to the druids, the spirits wandered freely in the darkness, demanding food, fire, or sacrifice. Even jack-o'-lanterns burn with a symbolic fire. A victim of the harvest, hollowed and carved, its flesh scooped away. Within it glows a tiny sun, a flicker in the abyss. The lantern is a Saturnian paradox. Death made into a vessel and made radiant in the cold night. Although these symbols are not always consciously celebrated on the surface in America, they most definitely are in Mexico, where every year they celebrate Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. From the end of October to the first days of November, the people of Mexico collectively channel the dead. It is the vestige of an ancient Aztec custom, rituals of calling the ancestors back to our realm, with ornate altars dedicated to each individual, with their favorite tokens and their former belongings. Elaborate parties are thrown in graveyards as they clean the tombstones and feast. Conversations with the dead are had in the midst of the archetype of death. Countless depictions and figures of skulls and skeletons fill the night to remind this ancient people of their reverence for the passing into the beyond that is death. The skull and the skeleton are some of the most ancient symbols tied to Saturn, the planet of time, the planet of decay and inevitable endings. In classical astrology and esotericism, Saturn is known as the Grim Reaper, the force that strips away illusion and reduces all life to its essential bones. In esoteric traditions, Saturn is not only the Reaper, but the warden of the Black Cube. The cube is the prison of matter, the box of time, the coffin, and the throne. From the Kaaba in Mecca to the hidden Saturnian cults of Rome, the Black Cube appears as the anchor of reality, the solid form binding spirit and the illusion of permanence. If you celebrate Halloween and aren't consciously aware of these things, I don't think it's harmful to everyone. But if you look deeply enough, these symbols have a long history. I think much of the time we just forget these things and take them for granted. They become traditions, and they're just repeated over time. And we have no memory of how it all started. We celebrate this day with seemingly harmless rituals, collecting candy and wearing masks of the dead, demons, and monsters. To imitate the things we fear so deeply is an enterprise in controlling that fear. But what happens when the festivities extend beyond All Hallows Eve? When the obsession with death and wearing false faces spills into everyday life? We've all seen the meme about people putting up their Halloween decorations in August, or tweets about dressing up in goth style all year round, as if spooky season was every day. It's as if Saturn's cries for reverence and worship have been understood by a great many. This is wreaking havoc on our culture. It is a call to invert the world, a call to madness, to reshape the cosmos into a demonic image. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. For more on ghost stories, myths, and strange psychology, click here. And I will see you all very, very soon.